Right next to me steht Philips Sayce. Philipp wird uns durch sein Equipment ein bisschen so führen. Wir werden mit den Gitarren anfangen. Philipp, thanks for having us here.
Dude,
start
thank
with
you.
Guitars.
All right, thanks for having me.
I already asked you about your main guitar.
That's right.
It's called Mother.
Her name is Mother, yeah.
Yeah. Could you tell us something about that special guitar, because it's really bruised and battered?
Yeah, well, so this is 1963 Stratocaster, which is it's my main guitar that I've had for a period of time, and when I got it, it was completely clean, so it didn't have any scratches on it. And
is it true that it used to be a sunburst?
Well, there's a
refinished.
Well, there's a sunburst. What Fender used to do a long time ago was, in the '60s, all the guitars I believe would be painted sunburst, and then someone would call up and say, "Oh, we need a Fiesta red one." So what would happen is they'd grab it and they just spray red over the sunburst. So, the idea is that there's a sunburst under here, Olympic white on the top, but it's it's pretty much all original. Right now I have a set of I got a set of 1958 pickups.
Original ones.
Yeah, they came out of a hardtail Strat. They sound really good. So she's got a real very open and very kind of woody type sound. A lot of clarity and chime to it. I'm very grateful to have this guitar. It's a beautiful guitar, and we spent many hours together.
Yeah, I can imagine that, because most of the pictures that one can see you on, you play this guitar. Right. Awesome saddles, by the way.
Oh yeah, those are.
Did you rework the saddles? Is that something that you did on purpose?
Yeah, these two. Well, these are the original ones, but they don't move anymore. They're completely seized, so if you were a
kind of rust baked.
Oh yeah, they're rust baked for sure. It's like they're at the bottom of the sea. But I think if you were a session player and intonation was 100% important, you might find it a bit of a challenge. But I mean, it's close enough.
I think this is totally cool.
It's close enough for rock and roll, and you just keep bending till it's in tune. So and yeah, so it's a guitar I've had a lot of heavy moments together. So yeah.
Beautiful guitar.
Thank you very much.
Let's go to this one.
Yeah.
Because people see you very often with the Stratocasters.
Right.
But not so very often, at least in Germany, with the Gibson SG.
This is actually a guitar. I've owned this guitar longer than any other guitar I've ever had.
Oh, okay, is that true? So
yeah, I bought this in Toronto, Canada, at a store called the 12th Fret. And I walked in one day with a friend of mine, and it's a mid-60s SG Junior, and it was on the wall. I said, "Oh, let's just try it out." And I picked it up and immediately played it, and it had this real haunting type sound, and I remember it immediately. It was just like, I have to take this guitar with me.
Okay.
And it was very inexpensive at the time, but it was truly one of the best sounding guitars I'd ever picked up. So it's one that I do play a lot. I don't travel with it a lot because it's very fragile, but the sound of the new record, Steamroller, has a lot of this guitar on it.
I was just going to say.
Yeah, so as well as the Strats too, but
was the sticker already on it?
No, actually, I got this when I was on the road with Jeff Healey. I bought this. I found this store in Austin, Texas, where they had a bunch of old, pinup stickers.
That fits the guitar very, very well.
This is an old one. I think this is an original one from maybe from the 50s or 60s, and my guitar tech Bungie at the time had put it on there. So I showed up at soundcheck and it was on there, and it's like, hey, cool. So it's been on there for a long time. Yeah, she's cool.
So cool.
So yeah, I like this guitar a lot. I'm very grateful.
What kind of gauges do you use?
It's different on each guitar, and it's different depending on so many different things. Depends on what kind of sound I'm looking for. It depends how I'm feeling physically. Depends if I always use D'Addario strings. They've been really good to me for a long period of time, and I have a great relationship with them. So thank you, D'Addario. And it just changes, For a long time, I used 11 through 59. And then I started experimenting, playing more with a fuzz face. And I found that with different gauges of strings, a fuzz face reacts differently to your touch. And so I've been kind of using a hybrid set of strings, and it changes on different guitars because with Gibson, you know, you have a different scale length than on a Strat. Right. So, you know, sometimes I'll go from 9s to 12s. It just depends on what I'm feeling like or what I'm hearing. And, you know, yeah, sometimes it, you know, makes a little bit of noise at the nut or whatever, but hey, man,
that's
just roll with it.
Should be.
Yeah.
I mean, that goes along with good sound as well.
Oh, I hope so.
Let's go over to the other honey.
Yeah, thanks, bro. Thank you.
Is it a 63?
This is a 63 Strat. Yeah, that actually last night. Right now, we got to put some strings on it. But last night at the end of the show, I just
been very enthusiastic.
It was a very emotional evening. So I did my best Neil Young impression, where I ripped all the strings off. But this is a guitar that I've known about for almost as long as I've known about Mother. And this guitar is a very interesting story. My good friend Mike Lant helped me find this, and he's from Toronto. And when I got this about a year and a half ago, and it was in pretty clean condition. It didn't have all this wear on it. You know, it was very clean, and you know, I think that the idea, you know, for this guitar is that the first time I played it, it was owned by my friend Bob Blazewski. He's this friend of mine in Toronto, and he was selling it, and it had this very unique finish, where you can't really tell as much anymore, but this whole area was black.
I was just going to say.
So it looked like a black Strat with this little sort of smile, sunburst smile down here, and I'd never seen another one with this kind of finish before. Same thing on the back. The finish is all coming off, it's wearing off now, but and I plugged it in, and I remember at the store I was at, you know, on Queen Street, it's called Capsule Music, and it was literally stopped the whole room. It was this sound where I plugged in and hit it, and I was like, holy shit, this guitar is crazy. And I couldn't afford it at the time, so it was sold to someone else, and it went, and I never saw it again. And then about a year or so ago, my friend Mike Lant called me up and said, hey, are you interested in buying a 63 Strat? And I said, no, not really. And he goes, okay, well, I found this guitar and made me think of you. I said, oh, thanks, man, maybe some other time or whatever. Then he asked me again 3 weeks later. He said, you know, I'm thinking about this guitar, and I'm thinking you might like it. And so I said, okay, tell me about it. What is it? He goes, it's a 63 Strat, and it's got this really amazing sunburst where there's a lot of black on it. And I said, hold on, send me a picture.
I've seen it before.
I've seen this guitar. And it went through a couple of different people and was under someone's bed for a couple of years. It wasn't, you know, and he said, yeah, that's the guitar. And I said, sold. So I just bought it on the spot, and I got it, and I've been, you know, kind of working it in over the last couple of years, and well, last year and a half, I guess, as long as I've had it, and you know, just really bonding with it and trying to.
Do you want to tell us how much did you pay for it?
Well, you know, it was way under market value. Let's just put it at that.
Okay.
Because it was a great price,
okay.
And you know, and it was its original finish. Everything is completely original. Everything on this guitar is original, and as is this guitar. But they have different sounds, you know, and they complement each other really well. So I'm grateful to have this guitar as well.
Refret the fretboard?
Absolutely, I refretted with
jumbo frets.
Jumbo frets on all the guitars, and yeah, and so yeah, it's cool. You know, it's definitely wearing in. I'm gonna take some of these out. Yeah, those aren't gonna work.
All right.
All right.
Let's go over to the amplifiers.
Let's go. Cool.